So hopefully this will also flesh out the answer to your question. How do we brag, but how do we brag subtly? Okay. So we're going to talk about teamwork skills here. So that's the trait or the skill that Madison wants to substantiate. She wants to write about and prove in her essay, and we'll go about a few different ways of doing it. So is this a good thing to just plop in your essay all by itself? I have excellent teamwork skills that I'll bring to your faculty of whatever. In this example, we're going to call it the Faculty of Urban Planning. And obviously that's horrible, brutal, because it's unsupported, okay? It isn't preceded or followed by a bunch of examples of Madison showing, or the student, whatever, showing rather than telling that they indeed have developed these teamwork skills. Okay, so I'm going to go to the total opposite extreme now. I'll do something that you probably don't even have room to really do in your essay, unless the essay question is specific and just says, tell me about your teamwork skills. All right, so long paragraph here, I'll read it out. During my summer internship at Uber, I don't know if they give internships, but I worked closely with a group of analysts who had very different ways of thinking. As a team, we completed a challenging project to determine the optimal number of Uber drivers in Toronto. Although there were strong disagreements along the way, I helped ensure that emotions did not overtake professional dialogue. Ultimately, we designed a system that increased the number of drivers by 6% without widening the driver's gap between rides, okay? So obviously I'm going crazy here. I don't have a word limit on a PowerPoint slide. But the point is that I'm showing, I'm not telling, all right? Nobody can deny that this second student has teamwork skills. Does the student use the word teamwork skills? No-ish, right? My answer is no-ish. The student subtly, as Madison said, in a non-braggy, non-in-your-face way, says, as a team, we did this challenging project where people were fighting along the way, but as sort of a team captain, coordinator type of person, I made sure that everybody ended up agreeing and we met our objective. Okay, so now it's supported. I'm not done with this example though. What do you guys think about one cheesy line, either at the beginning or the end, that explicitly talks about teamwork? Sort of like the sentence at the very top of the slide, but at least this time it will be partnered with that whole thick paragraph with all these examples. What do you guys think about a sentence like this to start the paragraph? As a summer intern at Uber, I developed strong teamwork skills. And then you dive into an explanation of what those teamwork skills are. So I don't hate this approach at all. It kind of signals to the reader, it's a nice topic sentence. It's here's what I'm going to talk about, right? And it's one skill, it's not 17. It's a good way to go, all right? But if you think, no, I never want to tell the reader that I have something until after I've proven that I have it. Maybe you don't use that topic sentence. Here's another way to go about it. Look at the bottom. At the end, you round out this paragraph nicely. The ability to work in teams is vital in the field of urban planning, right? The program to which I'm applying. I wouldn't do both of these sentences. You don't have to do either of them, but I don't hate the idea of using one. Personally, I would use one of these sentences. Using a sentence like this, if you look at the left side of the slide, is the most cookie cutter, Canadianized way to do it. But that's because it works, right? Like, you don't have to stray away from what all the other successful applicants are doing if they're successfully getting into the schools that they want to go to. So just to put a bow on this, there are two sides to the debate. The debate being, listen carefully here, should you use buzzwords explicitly in your application? Should you at any point use a word like teamwork skills, communication skills, leadership ability? There's two sides to the debate. The people who say no, don't use either of those two sentences where the orange arrow are, those are the people that say, like, basically, your readers are smart. Don't insult their intelligence by pointing out that you're talking about teamwork skills. Give them credit for being able to infer from your application that, you wrote in the middle there, you wrote as a team. So yeah, you're talking about teamwork skills. They're smart. Don't insult them. Let your actions do the talking, okay, the middle parts of that paragraph, rather than the cheesy sentences at the beginning and the end. That's one side of the debate. Don't use buzzwords. I'm on the other side of the debate though, okay? And again, this is for you guys to choose where you land, but I'm a writing person. Of course, I don't think you should use both of those sentences. I don't think you should use 47 different buzzwords like that student who wrote the cover letter in law school did. Okay, but what's the other side of the debate? We've touched on it a little bit, but it goes back to this person. Does somebody else want to spit it out for me?
Make yourself memorable.
Yeah.
From the billions there are.
Yeah, make yourself memorable. And I think you make yourself memorable if you pick 1, 2, 3 at the most skills in an essay. You can do 1 per essay if a school asks you for 3 essays. That's the best way to go. And hammer home that one theme. Don't overdo it, but make yourself memorable. Attach yourself to a word like teamwork skills. Of course, what's even better, I mentioned this before, is if you can attach yourself to something like, I'm an advocate for change. I organize